Stetzer is a church consultant. He has spent his entire ministry studying the church, the movement of the church, the culture of the church, the revitalization of the church. He is a phenomenal expert on the church that Jesus planted and said that even the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Recently, as a matter of fact, last year in our General Assembly, he was one of our keynote speakers, and wow, he just poured out his heart. The place, filled with about 7,000 people or so at that morning service, was as quiet as you are this morning, maybe even quieter. Because we realized the caliber of speaker that was on the platform, we wanted to hear every word dripping from his heart. And Ed Stetzer is one of those kind of guys that doesn't come out with a lot of jokes to get you warmed up. He starts at 60 miles an hour and hopes you can hold on for the ride. He made this statement, and it gripped our hearts as a movement, the Church of God. He said, Christianity is not collapsing in the United States of America. But culturally, Christian America is collapsing all around us. He went on to give us some stats, and they were staggering stats. I jotted a few of those down, and one of those was the rise in the fall of church attendance has largely remained unchanged since the 1930s. In almost every mainline denomination, attendance has declined since 1972. 3 years ago, in 2014, some of the latest data that we have, for those that were honest, regular attendance among full gospel and charismatic Protestants increased somewhere between 17 and 22.5%. According to those who study the church, the growth of the church, the life of the church, the revitalization of the church, they say that trend will probably continue till Jesus calls us home. Now, why am I sharing all this with you this morning? Well, in a few weeks, our congregation will take an up-close look on the following growing trends of the church today in USA. We're going to look in particular at how we have been doing church here at Park Lane since 1955. Matter of fact, just 4 weeks away in October, we have planned another healthy growth adventure for this congregation. This adventure is actually a follow-up to a presentation that I made at the Church Planning Action Committee meeting in July, after some very passionate discussion as to where my heart is for this congregation and where I believe God wants to take us. The Church Planning Action Committee members voted unanimously and gave me permission to pursue a plan and a proven method that will work for us. That method, that tool, that plan, that process comes from the natural church development. The natural church development is quite extensive. Watch the big screen. Give you a couple graphics to look at here this morning. You'll see these again in the next several weeks. But primarily, the natural church development tool was presented to us by our administrative bishop, Darrell Rice, at camp meeting this year. Dr. Rice is absolutely sold out, passionate about healthy churches. As our administrative bishop, he has poured himself out to us many times concerning what he believes to be some of the issues that need to be dealt with, especially in churches that are more than 30 years old. Since we fit into that group, I was interested in the natural church development. So every morning session at camp meeting this past summer, we heard from Dr. Michael Livingston, who shared with us as a coach of the NCD tool what we should expect, what we can expect, should we participate.